All right, everybody, tighten up. It's your boy Not Done with 5050 ENT, showing y'all the ropes. And today, I want to talk to you about something every artist wants, and that's finding their sound. But I think we've been asking the wrong questions about this topic this whole time. You see, your sound isn't something that you go looking for. It's something you build. And matter of fact, I don't think you should spend your time trying to find that sound at all. I think you should be trying to become your favorite artist. Here's 5 ways to get there faster. Number 1, study the greats. Now, when I say study the greats, I don't mean for you to copy them, because there's a difference between imitation and education. My personal influences are artists like J. Cole, Eminem, Lil Wayne, 50 Cent, A$AP Rock, producers like Derringer, The Alchemist, Dr. Dre, and Ant from Atmosphere. But I'm not listening so that I can sound like them. I'm listening to figure out what it is that they've mastered. Was it their storytelling? Was it the cadence? Was it the flow? Was it the song structure? Was it the song arrangement? Was it the melody? How well did the artist and the producer understand the assignment? That's the important question. You don't want to copy the artist. You want to master the skills, the fundamentals. Because one day, the goal is that somebody's going to study you. Give them something worth studying. Number 2, blend what doesn't belong together. Cross genres. Every great artist experiments. Ice-T created Body Count. That's a heavy metal band. Christina Aguilera recorded with Andrea Bocelli. That's an opera artist. Kanye West with 808s and Heartbreaks. Hip-hop has sampled jazz, soul, rock, electronic music. Even on my upcoming album, I blended some boom bap with some dubstep. Just messing around. Ended up coming up with something I liked. You see, genres don't know that they're genres because they're just sounds. We create identities behind these sounds. We're the ones drawing lines between them. Stop asking yourself if 2 styles belong together. Ask yourself instead, do they sound good together? See, sometimes the fastest way to find your sound is to stop coloring inside the lines. You see what you can make. Sometimes blending those colors, those sounds, those ideas is exactly what you were trying to do. Number 3 might be the hardest for some people to grasp, because if you can't sing, admit it and don't talk. Seriously, I'm serious. Some of the greatest artists ever weren't known for having some incredible singing voice. MF Doom, Nipsey Hussle, Lil Wayne, 50 Cent, Eminem, hell, Billie Eilish. They built careers on personality, performance, conviction. If you've got a commanding speaking voice, you've got the instruments to make commanding music. Quit trying to rely on sounding perfect. Start trying to sound believable, inevitable. People don't remember perfection. They remember authenticity and what you had to say and how you said it. Number 4 is the most fun, not gonna lie. You can write one song on 2 different beats. Let me explain. I recorded over one of those loud YouTube beats, those blown up, bricked out walls of a waveform in your playlist. I loved the vocal, didn't love the beat. Not like I thought that I would, because it just didn't come out the way that it was supposed to, because there wasn't enough room for my performance in the beat. Where my vocals would have filled in space in the frequency spectrum, they had bells going on and pads and all these clashing things that sound great when you're listening to it, but it's not great for the performance. So I loved the vocal, removed the beat, and just started building one off of two fundamental frames, BPM and key. Literally, just because I know those two things, you'd be surprised how many people don't understand it. I was able to create an entirely new song. And ever since then, if I'm really feeling a song, I'll see how it compares against another beat of the same key, same BPM. Or sometimes, if you're a little more creative with it, you can do it in half time, double time, and try it with a different key. Drop your vocal over it and just do different takes and see what clicks. Do it on purpose instead of by accident. Trust me. Try writing your verse on one beat and then audition it over another. You'd be amazed how different your delivery becomes depending on the production underneath it. Sometimes you don't need new lyrics. You just need a different conversation between the beat and your voice. And if you're struggling finding a new sound, that is one of the surefire ways to do it, because you'll quickly discover the same song becomes different songs when you put it on a different beat. You'll perform it different. You'll say it different. Think about that. And that brings us to number 5. Collaboration isn't just about getting another opinion. It's about accountability. Left to ourselves, most of us will say we'll finish tomorrow. Tomorrow turns into next week. Next week turns into next month. You're being attacked. Pressure changes that. I want you to think about a pot of water. The pressure in the air, all this pressure that you don't realize, is what allows the water to keep taking on heat instead of boiling away too early. Growth works the same way. Accountability keeps you in the fire long enough to become something new. A collaborator doesn't just give you ideas, they give you momentum, and it's up to you to follow through with that momentum. So let me leave you with this. Your sound isn't found by copying. It's found by experimenting, by studying, by failing, by collaborating, by trying things nobody told you to try. Nobody starts original, because originality is what's left behind after you've learned enough from everybody else that people can no longer tell where your influences begin and where you begin. I never woke up one morning and found my sound. I just kept creating until I became the case study I used to look for in my favorite artists. I want you all to become your favorite artists. And keep making noise!